What's up guys, welcome back to another raid video. And in this video I would like to talk about one champion in particular, one that has kind of changed the game for me, you would say, one that has enabled me to loosen up so many more champions and so many more gear pieces, given how I use him. This champion is the very rare, sometimes seen less than Nessie. This is Maneater. I was an Ogren Tribes HP champion. He's great. He's kinda good everywhere. His specialty is clan boss. You can have the unkillable clan boss teams. You can have double man eaters, bat eaters. There's crazy combinations. But he can also be used in 3v3 arena. I have him in a team 3v3 arena, which is focused on putting as much buffs up as possible before Seer eats them and kills everyone. Doom Tower, he will bring a lot of use. Well, let's get into him first before we talk too much. So, as a HP champion, his base HP will be pretty good. 20,000 is really solid. Gives you a good foundation to build on. Attack, we're not hugely bothered about. It can be worked on, but it's not something to really worry about. Defense, for how I have him built, I have 25, 26, and I'm happy there. Speed, 98 start off with is okay. Crit rate and crit damage, let's just show you the full stats of the crit rate, because it was less earlier today randomly. I 16'd his chest plate, which gave me more defense, and I managed to get some crit rate gloves with the same speed, so he's still 253. That enables me to keep him in clan boss, and I get more crit rate, which is pretty decent. Accuracy 81, I love that because I've tried to put none on him. Overall, right, 36k HP, 2k attack, 2.5k defense. His stats are pretty solid. Like I say, he can be used for more than clan boss. I'll show you the gear we're using, because I might have to change one of these to get 100% crit rate. And if I do that, I'll need a weapon with 12 speed, or I'll need a shield with 14 speed. No, might not be possible. The items at the bottom, I believe, are crit damage, attack. The banner is 11, because if it rolls speed again, it messes up his speed. I then need to change his whole kit so his banner stays at 11. Yeah, we'll double check. This is so it's attack. We want crit damage, resistance HP, attack, the crap. And this one here, no, we're not going to game tools, I don't believe. We need to go into this. As you'll see, 11 plus 2. Now, I would love a triple speed roll, but it would screw up Maneater. And yes, it's simple because I just remove a chest plate or a shield and change it up. But it took long enough to kind of get him where he is, and I'm more than happy with where he is. Let's take a look at the skills that Maneater can offer you. Pummel attacks one enemy, places 50% decrease attack debuff on all enemies if that attack is critical. It's pretty good. It is a single enemy, so if you're in dungeons, Doom Tower or arena, that can be really good. If you're fighting any bosses, the decrease attack will greatly help your team survive. If it's arena, you can still get some use out of this. Doom Tower, I've used him a few times. He is really good. That killable can save your team if you take a healer. And if you put books into him, it's just more damage. But nonetheless, a big version decrease attack on A1 is relevant in a lot of places, so no complaints there. Siphon attacks one enemy, and this will go to a 3-turn cooldown. When it gets booked, it fully depletes the target's turn meter. Forces champion's turn meter equal to the amount the target loses. So Siphon will go. It won't work in Clan Boss because you can't affect his turn meter. But if we're going Doom Tower, again we're going Dungeons or Arena, where I've even used Maneater as a buffer for here. That's where you'll get the most use out of fully depletes the target's turn meter. Dungeons and Arena will be the best play for that, and Doom Tower. Now, turn meter, as I said before, goes above 100%. So you could have 117% turn meter. It will fully deplete it. It won't just like put you down 100%. It will fully deplete the turn meter. There's a big difference there. So any champion that says fully depletes the target's turn meter, keep your eyes out for him. Then you'll fill this champion's turn meter equal to the amount the target loses. Just means if he steals, I don't know, an arbiter's turn meter, if he steals anybody from anywhere's turn meter, he will give himself the turn meter that he steals. It enables him to get back to his main move we're about to talk to in a minute, and pummel. So it is a nice little bit for his kit. If you put him into Clan Boss, he can't affect the turn meter of the Clan Boss, so this is why this works. It's just some damage for you. Now, Ancient Blood. This champion receives damage, then places an unkillable buff and a block debuffs buff on all allies for 2 turns. Damage received is equal to 5% max HP for each alive ally. So he takes a bit of damage, and he places the unkillable buff and the block debuff on all allies for 2 turns. Still works in 3v3 arena for me. Still works in Doom Tower. You can still work him in dungeons, although you probably wouldn't. But just saying, you can if you have nobody else. You maybe wouldn't actually get further on. But the unkillable buff and block debuffs will save you from stuns, save you from decreased attack, decreased defense, it save you from hex, it save you from poison sensitivity and poisons. It's so beneficial in a lot of places. Again, I use mine in my newly made Clan Boss team. So I will put up the unkillable buff and the block debuffs. I have Pig Keeper that will go after this guy here. Reduce cooldowns. Now, he'll take 4 turns for every Clan Boss's 2 turns. That's the way for every 2 turns of the Clan Boss. Even though this is 5 turns, it still works because we get 1 turn from Painkeeper, cooling it down, and then you just make him really fast, 250 plus speed, and then he will just cycle through his moves again. And it works really well because your slow-mo will still have the unkillable and block debuffs, meaning they will be targeted, and once you kind of get the hang of that, it is really something truly amazing. Aura increases ally HP in dungeons by 33%. There you are. An HP champion with an HP aura, which is good. Dungeons. Yeah, you can take him in. You wouldn't, as you progress later on, they would be maybe took for a different purpose. But as far as a HP aura in dungeons, it's very strong. 33% HP. If you've got 100k HP Krisk, you've now got 133,000 HP. So it is really, really good. We'll show you the aesthetic. Big shiny ass toenails for some reason. And you just woke up. I'll put this thing around my waist. I won't brush my hair. And he's good to go. A handsome gentleman that is. Master is. I will show you what we have here. So we have crit rate and crit damage. We also have life drinker. Tear it down. We have go off that one. Like Methodical, obviously we go here. For the War Master, single hit A1, you go War Master. Support tree, we didn't go defense, we didn't just support. And I had to change it, and I had to make sure that I had no turn meter compromising master raise. Because that little boost in turn meter, even with Painkeeper, I got Painkeeper working really well. Never had to use the stun calculator, the clan boss one, just used it by the speeds. And I'm lucky that she works because that boost of turn meter can screw up the whole team, screw up your rotation, and then Maneater will not be doing what he's supposed to be doing because the whole team will be to whack. So you see Maneater, I've showed you his kit and everything's at 12 and it can stay there. I can't modify it but it works. Let's just check the reviews. So for clan boss, if you're asking me, he's a 5. There's no question whatsoever. I've used him in arena defense to be quick to put up the block damage buff. He can be stripped. I think we'll give him a 3. We'll say he's good in the arena. Defense 3, and this is purely because I haven't used him a ton. That I've used him some. Spider's Den, would I use him in Spider's Den? I don't think so. He has, I mean, he can still turn meter from the spider, so I think for that we'll give him a 3. Who won't be nasty. Dragon's Lair. So we've got the black boss. I mean, it can be handy for the boss. It won't be taking on poisons. Escolm's Peak. Probably be good because we take a lot of slamming if the ads are still alive. He wouldn't be great there for his single hit. Minotaur's Labyrinth. I mean, if you're getting him masteries, he's pretty good. Otherwise, you wouldn't be taking him in as part of your team. So, yeah, we'll give him a 4 because he can block. I think he can block that hex. I think he's really good in faction crypts, campaign locations. I mean, yeah, if he can clobber, he can get himself into campaign, but that's really it. The keeps, I think we'll, yeah, we're going to be nice. We're just going to give him a lot of 4s. Because he is a really good champion. He has a lot of good uses. He has functionality in Doom Tower, Clan Boss. Pretty much everywhere he goes, you'll have functionality. And you can most definitely use him. Yeah, I think that pretty much summarises it. Showed you his kit. Showed you his full stats. We've been through the moves. How beneficial he is, and how if you have 2 of them, it's even better. But that's a very, very small breed of people. For your double Maneaters, like Bat-Eater with Draco, just ridiculous damage. With that being said, this is a champion that really has changed Clan Boss for me. I now care about Clan Boss, like more than I did. And I'm 2 years in. 2 years in, it pretty much took me that long to get a Maneater. And yeah, he's changed the game. He's really good. I can take him to Clan Boss if I really need something to smack and throw up debuffs or block debuffs. I could use him. He's built strong enough. He's quick enough to survive. He's going to do a good smack because I changed the gloves to crit rate gloves compared to defense gloves. I needed 9 speed, so that's what I got for. Everything else is just what that stat is. But if you pull this champion, get him in the sparring pit or just get him into campaign, get him worked on, he will revolutionise your account. He's really going to help you in a lot of areas. Can't really digress, we could talk all night about him. But I wouldn't want to bother you and bore you. Right guys, I've been Vilisink telling you about Maneater, how good he is, showing him off. This is like the build he's going to keep for a long time. I thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all. Please leave a like to the video. Subscribe, and if you will, drop a comment. It would help me out so much. Love you guys. I'll see you next time.